Hey, what's going on, guys? Saiyan here, back with another part to What If Goten Never Stopped Training. This time we'll be covering the Moro Arc. If you guys don't know, I'm revisiting my finished What Ifs, and actually finishing them for now, with the Moro Arc. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later. Also, go follow my Instagram for behind the scenes stuff and our new thumbnail releases. Click the link in the description to watch the previous parts if you haven't already. But with that, let's get into the recap. Previously, we saw the events of the Tournament of Power. Universe 7 had Goten and Trunks added this time, and Gohan was the strongest member on the team, having gone up against Jiren. Jiren was a challenge that forced him to unlock Ultra Instinct and beyond, which eventually led to his defeat. Goku still accessed UI, defeating Kefla, and Goten and Trunks fused into Gotenks to defeat Hit. Broly was never found, due to there being no Frieza on the team, but the Planet Eater Moro has now escaped. Let's pick up right there. Like we all know, Moro has escaped prison, and with Cranberry, he is on the hunt for new Namek. Highest ranking Galactic Patrol agent Merus needs help from Majin Buu, but as they arrive on Earth, they realize that Buu is gone. Although Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks approach the ship thinking it's a threat, they find the Galactic Patrol and wonder what they're doing here. Merus and Jackal explain the threat of Moro, and they offer to join along. Jackal puts in a good word, and they aboard the ship. Merus looks at his staff to see who or what these guys are, and sees what training they have done. Now knowing they might be the key to defeating Moro, Merus makes sure they stay. Moro is nearly at Namek, and just as he arrives, he's met by the Galactic Patrol ship and the group of Saiyans. He sets out ready to fight. Vegeta still goes first, and using God, he gets the upper hand on Moro. Although slowly, Moro starts to take his and the others' energy, and gets younger and stronger. He also takes advantage of the fact that his magic completely takes Vegeta by surprise. One thing that changes in this fight is Moro gets much stronger from there being not 2, but 5 godly Saiyans. After crapping all over Vegeta, he throws him to the side, before taking on the rest. Goku proves to be a challenge, and the others added on top is even more of a threat, but he's able to use his magic to contort the ground and shift it, making them hit each other, all while sealing their energy. He then catches the others in a trap by circling a bunch of rocks around the group, and trapping them. With his powers, he tightens the grip of the rocks, actually starting to hurt them. Goku escapes, but as he rushes at Moro, he falls out of Blue, down to God, then Super Saiyan, and finally Base. Moro grabs Goku's face, stealing all his energy, and dropping him. Goku looks to be dead. Goten and Gohan get a rage boost, breaking out of the hold and attacking Moro. But at this point, he's far too strong for them to defeat, so one by one, he takes their energy as well, followed by Trunks, and then most of Namek. He kills Cranberry and gets his wishes. Now extremely powered, Moro plans to make his escape, but Merus intercepts. He uses the same goo he used in Canon to trap Moro, but it doesn't work for long. Being how strong he is, Merus can't actually be killed by Moro, but he can't use his strength either. So using a sort of solar flare grenade, he blinds Moro and makes his escape. The Galactic Patrol prisoners go to attack Earth, and without Gohan, they might be in trouble. But Piccolo is more than capable this time around, being more powerful. Shin teleports in, trying to help, noticing that none of the Saiyans are on the planet. He arrives just as 7-3 is about to take Piccolo's powers, and is barely able to bind him, which allows Piccolo to get out of there and blast him. Krillin chases down the other prisoners, and they make their escape as well. After a while, the Saiyans heal up on Namek, and are met by Merus as they awaken. Vegeta plans to go to Yagrat, and takes Trunks with him, while Goku, Gohan, and Goten train with Merus. 2 of them have already experienced UI before, so they have it easier, but Goten isn't new to hard work. Their training goes exactly like how Merus did with Goku, except there are more people, and Merus has to try slightly harder when training them. He's able to coach them to access UI, and even Goten does it sometimes, but he can't hold it long. Eventually, after Merus gets carried away and starts to power up, Whis intervenes and stops him. The 3 Saiyans then continue to train, together, trying to harness UI. Vegeta, having Trunks with him, speeds along his training, because he doesn't want to be beat by his son. They compete to see who can learn Force Spirit Vision first, and Vegeta does end up getting it, but only a few hours before Trunks. After that, they practice with each other, and also learn instant transmission. While the Z-Fighters training commences, Moro goes around sealing energy. He still stores some energy into 7-3 before attacking Earth. As Moro's forces get there, they meet Earth's forces and the Galactic Patrol. Waiting for them are Piccolo, 17 and 18, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, Roshi, and even Chaozu. Also the Galactic Patrol army. This battle goes pretty much like canon, but without Gohan. 7-3 isn't much of a problem, because Piccolo has something new up his sleeve. After Shin arrived and saved Piccolo, he wanted to go with him and train, to get some of those abilities. Piccolo had gotten his potential unlocked, and learned many of the Kai's abilities. Shin also mentioned that this should keep him immune to Moro's magic. And yeah, he knows about Moro. Shin is the god of creation, Noticing all these planets go dead, and knowing it's not Beerus, he checks it out and finds the threat. Piccolo nearly kills 7-3 with a special beam cannon. He thinks he's dead, but not quite yet. Sagambo approaches, and Moro gives him energy as he fights the group. Piccolo tries to bind him, but after getting Moro's energy, he seems unstoppable. Powering up into Ultimate, he alongside 17 and 18 attack the Brute. They get some pretty good hits in, but so does Sagambo. 17 traps him in a barrier, to which Piccolo launches a Masenko at him, and as he reaches, 17 opens it. Sagambo slaps the attack away, but it leaves a burn mark on his hand, similar to what Nappa did. As it seems to be over, suddenly Sagambo is attacked, passed around, seemingly in a triangle as he's thrown back and forth, until a blast is seen sending him towards Moro. Moro uses telekinesis to float him, and then knock him away, followed by killing him for being a disappointment. It's shown who saved the group: Goku, Gohan, and Goten. No one saw it except Moro. He knew they were using some other technique to fight. All three of them in blue fight Moro, as he seems to be on par with them, but like usual, the magic still throws them off. Moro provokes them into using Ultra Instinct, and all three of them do. This was a mistake on his front, because now there are 3 Ultra Instinct people he has to fight. While this is overkill, Goten can only hold it for a few minutes. They still manage to do heavy damage to Moro. He tries to use his magic on them, but after a while, they are fast enough to dodge. Goten twirls around the blast, jumping onto it, followed by shooting his own towards Moro, which sends him flying. Goku appears behind him, punching him into Gohan, who kicks him upwards, which leads him to an elbow from Goten. The three practically play a game of volleyball with him. Moro tries to run, but just as he does, Gohan appears in front of him and punches him, which leads to a blast being fired. Moro seems to be beaten, but he makes an escape and tries to absorb 7-3. Piccolo tries to stop him, but just as he fires a blast, Moro eats 7-3. While Moro 7-3 is very strong, he is still up against 3 Ultra Instinct. The 3 Ultra Instinct continue to fight, but eventually Goten falls out of it, followed by Goku, and Gohan stands tall. He fights Moro, and they seem to be on par, but slowly he starts to get tired out. Punching Moro, Moro catches the first, sending Gohan flying towards a rock. He appears behind him and kicking him upwards and an elbow which sends him crashing down. He goes for a punch from the sky at full power and speed, but before he connects, 2 hands block Moro's punch, as a shockwave is created that can be felt all the way to Beerus' planet. Who was it? Vegeta and Trunks. They arrive just in the nick of time. Piccolo goes around and heals the Sun family, who see Vegeta and Trunks barely being able to hit Moro, but eventually they get one hit in, and they notice Moro's energy being taken away. Goku and the others make up a plan. The Sun family power up an Ultra Instinct, and Piccolo in the Ultimate. He's given power by 17 and 18, because he will need it for what comes next. Piccolo tries to bind Moro, and he's just barely doing it because of the power boost from 17 and 18. Goku, Gohan, and Goten rush in, and hold Moro in place even further. That allows both Vegeta and Trunks to start taking his energy. Moro is able to use his magic to move up the ground there, which throws Goten off, and that frees his arm, which uses to punch Goku and then kick Gohan. But in the moment of distraction, Vegeta comes in and lands a thunderous blow that separates him from 7-3. He blows 7-3 up, followed by taking most of Moro's energy. Moro starts to be turned back into an old man, or should I say, Goat Man. Jokes aside, Vegeta turns the energy into a huge ki blast. Moro isn't able to move, as Piccolo is easily able to bind him now. The Sun family joins in with the attack, and as it hits Moro, he's completely destroyed. So yeah, Merus doesn't die here, but no Master Ultra Instinct, or Moro Merus, or Planet Moro. And Giant MUI Goku doesn't happen either. So we do miss out on a bunch of cool things, although it's good that Moro died early on. Afterwards, the Granola events play out, up to now, but that's a story for another time. So that's where we're leaving things off for right now. So what did you guys think about this part? Did you like how the Moro Arc changed due to this what if? Where do you think Ultra Instinct will go now that not only Goku has it, but Gohan and Goten as well? And where do you think the Granola Arc will lead? Leave any thoughts and suggestions down in the comments. I'll make sure to respond, but you need to make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be part of the Super Saiyan 4s. We'll be leaving things what if off for like a long time now because the Granola Arc has to finish before I continue it. Also, let's try and hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the week. If we can do that, I'll throw you guys a surprise. With that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.